1,000 people own in this whole world. This is the Batman Edition BE6.
Been like fantastic journey, and I'm loving it. A lot of features to explore, and the ride comfort, and then the thrill of riding. So I got a thought, okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Because it's a sports car, finding charging stations, there are plenty and more than what you want. ADAS for India is still not invented. Almost like within a week or two, this became my primary car.
Before we talk about the driving experience, let's talk about the design.
I mean, this got a killer look. Right? You look at this aerodynamic shape of this thing. You have not seen that in any Indian car so far. Right? This is a major like pull for me as well. And then when you get into interiors, then obviously the dashboard is all like next level. Right? You have the actual airplane cockpit feel when you sit inside with all this separation that you'll get on this one. Key fob, and I've experimented many of them. The forward and reverse pull out and pull in features that I've experimented, but I've not done the drive in and out on its own kind of thing. It requires a very marked place, and then very clearly, which you rarely get in our Indian facilities. Maybe you get some in the malls. There you might get an advantage of when you are in a tight parking spot. You take the car out with the key fob.
It parks itself just like an XEV.
Yeah, it parks itself. That's there. But I have not experimented being outside of the car. I've tried it being inside the car. And then when you have to take out the car from a tight parking spot, you can bring it forward. You can basically summon the car to move forward for about 7 to 10 feet.
Do you plan to do it sometime when you're outside the car?
Yeah, I've done it many times.
Okay.
The summon in and out, moving forward and backward. I've done it. It's all show off. So those are the things that we can show off to our friends.
How courageous a person should be to try something like that on an exclusive car when they are not inside the car, when their hands are not in the steering to take control when something goes wrong?
You have to learn it a lot. I think it requires a lot of practice before you actually get in there. There are a lot of videos, at least not many videos on this one. So there are about only 3 or 4 videos on that feature to my knowledge. But I think more than me, my son is more courageous. He's tried all the features. I've tried only being inside the car. He's tried it outside as well. Safe spaces again. Yes. He's also very particular about safety.
Oh, talking about that, will you be slightly cautious in the traffic when you're driving in Bangalore?
Oh yeah, lot. I will not be driving this car the same way that I would be driving my XL6. This one, by design also, you got to be careful that because of the extended sides that you have to almost, I feel, that you have to leave about 2.5 feet rear space or the side space before you kind of try to sneak into anything. You just can't sneak into the traffic like you would sneak into other cars.
Now let's talk about the side profile of this car, which is clearly radical, I would say.
Very different.
These wheels are 20-inch wheels, correct?
Across all the BE6 and XEV9, only the Batman gets the 20-inch wheels. The alloy radials are also different. This is a striking difference. Other BE6 people try to imitate, but then the grey and black thing comes only on Batman. All of the BE6 alloy wheels are like silverish finish. So unless they change that alloy, they can't imitate the Batman look. And then the Batman logo comes everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere almost like 15-20 places inside. You will get this Batman branding.
Did you get this shirt with the car?
No. This is all ours. So Batman community. We are a good number of like 300-400 people that have been on a WhatsApp group across India, and then many of us are sporting these shirts during events and then while taking the delivery. So I also bought one. A lot of other merchandise that are available on the group. There's a lot of more other links, but I've gotten some. So the only other thing that we got from Mahindra is a few other goodies related to Batman. The Batman architecture, prints and how it is made and other stuff. Those are the ones that Mahindra has given.
In Bangalore, roughly how many people actually own this car?
Across India, out of the 999, I think Bangalore seems to be the highest, maybe upwards of 150, out of which maybe we have gotten about 100 in our group. There are a lot more people to be discovered
If I'm not wrong, this car comes with semi-active suspension. How was the driving experience in this car on good roads, bad roads, on highways? How was it?
Adaptive suspension feature comes on the Pack 3, and
Mhm.
obviously Batman is a level more than the Pack 3.
Mhm.
So Batman is made on top of Pack 3. So based on the driving modes, the adaptive suspension things will kick in. So there is a everyday mode, and then a default mode, and then the range mode. So and then the race mode. So in the race mode is where the suspension is the stiffest,
Hmm.
is what I was told, and then I felt that way, because you got to be grounded. You can't be having, when you are in race mode, you can't be having the wobbling and then body rolls. So in other modes, I think I felt the difference on a bad road. I would switch to the range mode, which has got a little more suspension, smoother suspension, and even on the everyday mode, also I drove on the bad roads.
And the steering was good enough because this has this adaptive gear thing, no? Where
Yeah,
if you're in a parking, it turns a lot. If you're on a highway, it reacts less.
Mahindra has done a good job on tuning up to exactly the Indian style of drivings, and then a lot more. What I find very interesting in this car is there are lots and lots of common sense features.
Let's get into the cabin and talk about those.
So this car has a welcome feature when the seat moves backwards for you to have an easier ingress, because this is a high platform car. So this is a lot helpful feature. So then it moves back into your regular movement or the seating position, whatever was on your memory. So there are 3 memory settings for this one, including even the rear view mirrors, outside rear view mirrors. All of them, when you adjust and then you press the number that you want, it will set those settings on your name or that number. And then one click, then you, if my son is driving, he will sit very relaxed backwards, and then he will use another number. I use a different number. It has 3 memory settings.
This doesn't feel like a car cabin. This looks like a cockpit.
I think this is a very radical design, which I felt was the major crowd puller. At least the moment I sat in on the test drive vehicle also. The other one, like in Batman edition only, you get this gold trims and this logo that the badge that you have. Everywhere else it is all black. But then these all other things are common. Feels like almost like a airplane cockpit. If you look at all the controls that you would see in an airplane cockpit, you have these 5 buttons and then this controls over here, and then the camera, the selfie cameras and all. So it looks nothing less than an airplane cockpit. A lot of controls up and over here, and on the steering wheel. In my other car, I always use a pop wheel to get that grip. So this grip over here, normally you will see in other cars that you have a flat bottom, and then over here you have even a elliptical top as well, not a total flat. So the grip that I get on this corner or this 4 corners, that feels me a lot more in control. So this almost feels like you're landing and then going up gear over here, right? In an airplane that you have, when you want to go up, the pilot will pull this.
Yeah,
so this is almost the similar, I think, ideology. This feels a lot more radical design.
Is the functionality also same that you have to?
No, this is for the drive modes. Not the drive modes actually. The parking, reverse, and neutral and drive. So those are the 4 things that you will find on this. And then you have an instant parking button actually on the side over here. And then you have also the region levels plus and minus over here on this, in addition to this 2 region mode buttons over here. I think one of the good features that I have seen is in auto dip on reverse. The ORVMs outside, they will auto dip when you put the reverse mode.
As in, so it goes down.
It goes down to show the surroundings on the road as to what objects are there on the ground.
Nice.
So that I believe that feature is available only in probably about cars costing upwards of 60 lakhs, I believe. That's a great feature, I felt. The suspension modes will change based on the drive modes. This is the default mode. Now if I go into this, the range mode,
okay,
then the suspension will feel little more smoother.
Yeah. Can we accelerate till the speed breaker just slightly?
In the range mode.
Wow. Even this is fast.
This range mode and those things itself is fast.
And that's a BE6 over there.
That's a normal BE6 white color.
Yeah. Even the range mode acceleration is fantastic.
Race mode is not something that I can definitely not try in this colony.
Yeah.
I don't normally cross 30 following all the speed limits.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
inside the colony, I don't cross that.
What is the U-turn radius? Wow, I didn't expect the car to go that smoothly in this gap
I think it's about less than 5 meters. I think.
because of the extra turning with the steering when you are doing U-turn.
Yes.
Wow, this is
Less
fantastic.
turning radius.
This car, if I'm not wrong, is 79 kilowatt hour battery pack, right?
Correct.
And what is the real range that you get in this?
It's about 500-ish. I'm getting between the city modes that I currently drive in.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. There are
They
a lot
claim
of people that have reported even 600 plus types of
Of course, with conservative driving.
conservative driving, and then they also resort to many other safeguards that they put in, and then try to drive under 10% of power and 20% of power. And then single pedal yields most mileage, I believe.
Oh, this car has single pedal drive.
Single pedal drive is there.
It's comfortable.
Very comfortable in the traffic. It's a blessing.
Interiors, I have to ask this: how much effort does it take to maintain the interior cleanliness of this car?
A lot of effort. You got to be. If you have very small kids, I think that's going to be a problem in maintaining that, and then the stains and all will come. So in the Batman, you have all this plush material being used. That's a suede leather on your handrest or suede leather, and the gold trims that you have on this, and then your seat is also suede leather. So these are dirt magnets and stain magnets. You got to be maintaining them carefully. At least wipe them down every 2-3 days. If you have an OCD, you might do it every day. The Batman edition only will have this on the moonroof. You have the Batman logo.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, there's a Batman logo that lights up in the night.
yes, that lights up. It is lighting up even now. You will find out only when it is in the shade.
Oh yeah, I can see. Yes.
And only in the shades you will find out. Otherwise, the full blown lights with all the colors will be visible very prominently in the night times.
Nice. Service experience of the car. How is it so far?
So I have done only the initial 2,000 kilometers first service, which is a free one, and then I have established. It's not much of changes that you would expect in that first service. Only I think in the 10,000 kilometers milestone service, the second one, you will have some tune-ups and other stuff that has to be done. The first one they have done it. I have pre-booked, and then I have established a rapport with the Mahindra, one of the service centers, with the same franchise that I bought. I haven't opted for the wash, which I typically do not opt in many of my cars off late.
Why?
So in this car, I don't want anybody to touch my PPF.
Oh.
So they will clean it recklessly, and then they might damage the PPF. So my service was just 1 hour, just the mandatory checks of the electronic components and other stuff, and then a little bit of tune-up that has to be done for the scuff lights.
Right.
The scuff lights are accessory that I have put on the illuminated ones. That has to be tuned up, and that's it. I'm done with an hour. And
Nice.
other people have also reported that service for the second one is also like about half a day. I think there's a mixed bag of reviews about services. And if you would have a software update, it might take any time between 1 hour to 5 hours for the downloads to happen. If there's a major update pending on your car, it will take almost up to 5 hours or 10 hours of download time also. Then you may have to obviously leave the car at the service center.
Right.
I have not gotten any update so far, because each win will have its time when that update will come up. Then only very close to that update you can force, otherwise they don't typically unnecessarily update the software.
Yes, interior it takes some time to maintain. Yes.
Yep.
How about the exteriors?
Exteriors also you have to maintain a lot on the dusty roads that you find in Bangalore, rural areas, and some part in urban as well. The red dust that we find here is a little bit more, it settles like that on the car. So every day I come out, if I go back, if I finish my ride, I kind of dust out all the red dust using this blower. Otherwise it sticks onto that. So that way, that's how I can wash it every 2 weeks once. So a little bit of maintenance effort will be there for the car.
Rare comfort. How is it?
This is good for me. Yeah, if there are people with a little bit more bigger belly, they might feel a little uncomfortable. This one, I think they have done the best of the thing possible. You would have, if this is the driver position, then you have good enough thigh support, and then if you have to put like this because the driver is coming back, then it's a little bit of an inconvenience. But for medium height people about 5'6", it is still comfortable. You have just one small 1 inch of recline position on this one. Otherwise, you have the headrest on all the 3 seats, and that's more comfortable.
This was the dust that you were saying that we drove for like 30 minutes and then a layer of dust on top of the car.
Yep, yep. If you remove the dust again, the glistening satin black. This has a glistening satin black. The small gold particles will be there.
Now let's check the boot space in this car. Oh, it has this gesture control.
Do certain type of waving. I've taken off the rear parcel.
Okay.
And on my long drive, I was able to tuck in a big suitcase and 2 small suitcases and then a backpack, all in this. And I have not even used the frunk.
It has frunk?
Yeah, it has frunk. It has 45 liters frunk.
Okay.
Good enough for 2 maybe backpacks.
It has spare wheel?
Yeah, it has a spare wheel and it is an 18-inch spare wheel. Yeah, it's good enough for this thing, and you keep it inflated, and you have all the tire, all the spare parts for the jockey, the wheel related stuff, and this got some more extra space, so I tucked in some more small items in this one.
Yeah, one good thing is you're getting spare wheel. No car these days are coming with spare wheels. At least very, very rare.
Yeah. So the frunk has to be opened similar to all other cars. It's not a techie stuff. Open this lever twice.
Is it comfortable for you to open with this on the way?
You have to open on the sides.
Okay.
And you got to be careful with your fingers. And when you open it from the sides, just leave it. Goes up.
Hydraulic?
Hydraulic. Just enough space for 2 backpacks if you want to tuck in.
And a car charger maybe.
Yeah, the car charger can go in the front. So when you close it, you have to close it from the front in the middle.
Right.
And then almost kind of slam it. Otherwise, it closes. This very heavy.
Right.
Right.
Do you think it makes sense to have the gesture control for the front rather than for the back? Because there you have a button anyway.
No, I think for the level of common sense that we drive, this is better a physical button and then physical movement and opening it up. Because there's not much of space that you can use.
Right.
It's just for your backpack. So this physical and manual button is good enough.
Do you think with the amount of steps that's involved, this might become as a last step of storage that you want to do?
Correct. Yeah. I typically use it, use a rear thing only. When I'm driving alone, I don't even use my backpacks in any of these things. I just keep it inside the car. When I'm going out away from the car, maybe shopping at a mall, and then I'll probably keep it in the front. So it's secure and not visible as well.
Right.
In the trunk, it is visible.
So it's been almost 6 months for you with this car. Now, what's your plan for this year with this?
I have to clock about at least 2 or 3 more trips, probably at least a minimum of 2,000 kilometers or 1,500 kilometers more. Have to go out and then test on the north side of Bangalore. I have driven south. I have driven earlier in the north-south side, Hyderabad and further. So few more trips, and then I think plan to take the ROI of this, the charging and then the low cost of running maintenance and other stuff through this. That's why I've also attached with an annual pass. I want to drive more.
I wish you have a lot of long drives with this, and once you're done with 10,000 kilometers, we'll be back again to talk about your experiences. Thank you for
After
your
the
time.
second service,
Definitely.
we'll have more findings.
Definitely. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Krishna.